As you can see, this is clearly the most beautiful Royal Enfield thus far. In fact, I'd go on to say that in its price range, this bike would be really hard to overthrow in the looks department. Sa atin ito, tahimik na kalmado, isa pa kaya madaling matago at umayo. Now, just a bit of a background kung bakit may tama sa puso ko ang Royal Enfield. Ito kasi yung motor na nag-udyok sa akin na magmotor ulit. Tumigil na kasi ako nung araw Tapos biglang nakita ko yung office mate ko roll in with a classic 500. Si Iba Rasul. Yes, he is part of the community. Do check out his channel, Tunay na Rider. So ayun, since 2011 hanggang ngayon, adik-adik tayo sa motor. Sobrang adik natin sa motor, nagkaroon pa tayo ng Makina channel. Diba? For power, the classic 650 dishes out 34.6 kilowatts or 46.3 HP, paired with 52.3 Newton meters of torque. So we're not really buying this for one's need for speed. If you want something with more oomph that can give you more ball-raising moments or ABS, which is Akyat Betlog syndrome, then just go for a sport bike. We get an Enfield for the feel of the ride, to see more of what's going on around us, rather than blurry images with your focus on the speedometer and upcoming corners. And to help you chug along with those long epic rides, the classic 650 gives you some 90mm of travel with the rear twin shocks and 120mm front wheel travel with its telescopic forks. So, kinoconsider natin dito that we will be chillin' and slickin' and sliding with this bike as opposed to hard riding. So, in that scenario, yung suspension natin will serve us well. It will be adequate. Now for the brakes, what we have here is a huge improvement over what the old Classic 500 had to offer. The Classic 650 has simply better brakes with dual channel ABS. Babalik-balik siya. Babalik-balik siya. Look at that, the Royal Enfield Classic 650. You can just stare at it for a long time and just appreciate its lines. Ganda niya talaga. If you can't appreciate the beauty in front of you, hindi ka in line sa golden ratio, right? Hindi ka in line with what is beautiful in nature. Because for me, all the proportions are okay, the ratios are all nice. It's just ganda tignan I mean, you can just stare at it all day. Really, really nice. What I'm gonna get into right now will be the fit and finish. Ito yung mga unang napansin ko with the Classic 500. Yung finish talagang hindi kasing ganda ng finish ngayon. In fact, they have made so many improvements since then. That was circa, 2011 or 2012 ko ata nabili yung Classic 500. Since then, talagang nag-improve na sila. I remember before, binigyan pa kami ng dating dealer ng Royal Enfield ng spray paint from India, pan-touch up kasi dito nagkakaroon ng mga konting kalawang, the shipping and all of that. Ito hindi This is just really, really nice. Diba? Wala ka na masasabi dyan. In terms of the seat, compared with the old, I'd say slightly better. I don't think there was anything wrong with the seat before, but in terms of yung upholstery natin, mas slightly better ito. Welds are good, very clean, no kalawang issues at all. The fins here, I would say, is a lot better. I mean, the finish compared to the old 500. Ito parang same lang yung execution nila dito. Pintura din natin sa gilid, very nice. Yung side cover natin, finish is just better than the old. In terms of our tank, nakapunta tayo sa Royal Enfield factory and doon pinakita nila sa akin yung pinstriping nila. Talagang kinakamay lang nila yung paggawa ng stripes ng mga tanks nila. And this looks to be pinstriped as well. Finish here, also good. Yung dati, it was just black, straight black. This time around, yung kanilang classic chrome black, meron metallic mixed into the paint. Now for the lights that's fired up, we have LED. There you go. We didn't have this back in the classic 500. So in terms of the sound of our exhausts, it has this it's not a thumper sound, but definitely it's got that Enfield character. Busina. It's a beefy. So it's not a meep meep, but it's a yung ating turn signals, they are still your regular lights, and I'd keep it that way. I'm not too fussy about kung LED nila ito, hindi. Turn signal, I think it's okay na classic pa rin siya na regular. Importante sa akin, LED ito. If you look at the back, same. That's what you got. The same with what we have with the Classic 500. So one of the things I really appreciate about the Classic 650 is I chuckle about it because finding neutral with the Classic 500, you would have to be a true blue Royal Enfield rider kasi meron talaga siyang technique kung paano mo gagawin. Hindi mo basta-basta magagawa yun. You gotta move slightly forward, then hit up from first gear to get into neutral. This one, no problem. Any situation, walang technique. If you need to get into neutral, just like any other modern bike out there, you'll get into neutral easy. But I'm not saying the Classic 500 was such a hassle back then. But once you discover how to do it, it's pretty easy to do it. But you gotta discover it. Ito, wala nang ganon, di ba? Get into neutral, no problem. So if you were to ask me if I were to customize or change anything, or if I were to request another variant from Royal Enfield, I would like to see a classic chrome 650 in yellow. Yung frame okay lang black, pero yellow yung side covers, yellow yung stripes sa tank and the side, and yung forks natin and headlight housing dilaw din. I think that would look really, really cool. So one of the things that I kind of miss na nandun sa Classic 500 that they don't have here in the Classic 650 is the old one had this stripe here in the middle, going through the middle of the fender. So it just made that classic look. However, dahil wala na yung stripe, it just made the fender look bigger, beefier, thicker. Pag nilagyan mo ng stripe yan, nakakapet ang stripes, di ba? So pati dito sa harap, wala na rin yung black and gold na stripe dito. It's just a clear chrome fender. So with the gauge, the handlebar, and our controls, even the grips, these are all just better. I had the Classic 500, the Himalayan, and the Continental, pero hindi ko na naabutan tong switch na to. So they put this in, and I think it's brilliant. I think it's nice. They have this also here for your lights. Nice touch to it. Big improvement also is the lever. The finish of the lever is also, I would say, a lot better than what they had before. Yung dati kasi parang raw metal eh. Parang ang sarap pinturahan ng lever ng dating Royal Enfield. Ngayon, maganda yung pagka-finish niya. Handlebar also, the machining of this is also very nice. Nice touch on the embossed Royal Enfield logo, of course. For the gauge, it is incorporated in the headlight housing. Classic pa rin yung dating niya. Switch it on. You'll see meron tayong digital display dito. The digital display is also old school. This one, you can hook up with your app. This can give you turn-by-turn direction. So meron siyang navigation of sorts. If I were to suggest, actually they're all very functional. Okay naman silang lahat. It's just that this, I don't know, maybe a small, nice little cute TFT display right here I think would be good. Mirrors naman natin, as I recall, I think this is a lot smaller, which I also like. I like that hindi siya kasing, protruding and just bulky big mirrors. I think this is okay, hindi ka ito papalitan. And Royal Enfield mirrors, yung stem niya, they have always been robust and sturdy and solid. Kita mo rin naman yung pati yung nuts nila, the locking, all of that is also done pretty good as well. You will notice that meron tayong pillion peg dito. By the way, yung pegs natin with the Royal Enfield nowadays, okay na siya. Dati hindi ganyan yan eh. Yan, maganda rin yung quality ng pegs natin. So you might be wondering, oh, bakit may pegs, right? You only have one seat. Well, the Classic 650 has an extra seat for your pillion, right? Ikakabit siya dito. Just like the Classic 500, it's a split seat. Pero, pag naka-Classic 650 ka, wala nang angkasan, diba? Solo seat ka na, para pogi, okay na yon. So, ang solusyon dyan, if you have a partner in life and, he or she wants to ride with you, bilan mo na lang siya ng isa pang Classic 650. Diba? Yun ang solution dun. Oh, don't trade the kapogian nito. Yun na yun. Single seat is the way to go with the Classic 650. So for the tires, one of the things we used to do with the Classic 500 is swap out the stock tires for thicker ones. Configuration naman nila same. We have 19s at the front and 18s at the rear. However, yung ating 19s dati, we had 1990 19s. And then yung rear ng Classic 500 was 110, 80, 18. Ngayon, what we have bigger, 100, 19, 19. Yung rear naman, 140, 70, 18. So, that's a good thing. For the rims, I encountered this design doon sa kanilang Royal Enfield Continental. I had the yellow one and I already saw they were improving things here and there. So definitely these rims are a lot better than what they had back in the Classic 500. In fact, if we're talking about the whole bike, sure, some people are going to say, mas type ko yung Classic 500, but that's because of personal quirks like, I like the vibration better, or I like yung mga little imperfections here and there, yung mga butlig in there, the character of the old Classic 500, sure. But if we're talking about bakal sa bakal, brake sa brakes, like ito, harap likod, we're talking about ABS already, the build quality, the balance, overall look, finished, engine, this is just a better bike, right? It's just a better bike.
The Royal Enfield Classic 650 goes for a very attractive 445,000 pesos. This bike will appeal to the old school lover and fans of the previous Classic 500, while others will stubbornly hang on to those old vibrations the same way prior to the Classic 500 we have diehard fans of the Classic 350 and those Royal Enfields made in England. It's the way it is. But no matter what, at least for the Classic 650, I can objectively say, metrics-wise, from power to build to robustness, the Classic 650 simply outclasses the Classic 500. Even in the looks department, to my eye, this is just more beautiful. In fact, I like it so much I'm planning to get one in chrome. And mind you, I hate chrome in bikes. So that says a lot. Sa Enfield lang ako papayag na may chrome yung motor ko. The chrome quality is so good, parang hindi mo na ata kailangan mag-side view mirror eh. Mag-shades ka, sa sobrang kintab nito, mabubulag ka. Okay, so enough of the raving. I obviously like this bike a lot. That said, there is no perfect motorcycle. Some improvements that I hope to see in the horizon would be tubeless spoke wheels. I think that would be a nice modern amenity to this classic bike. Maybe also an option for a thinner seat and more color combinations. I think a lot of people will appreciate that. This is Makina Moto Features, folks. This is Zach taking a look at the Royal Enfield Classic 650. Ang pinakamagandang Royal Enfield sa balat ng lupa. Ciao!